Okay, hi everyone. I'm here today with my friend Elise for our second Aspie interview for 2018. How to introduce Elise? How do we introduce Elise?
Think of a normal person, then think of the opposite. And then just accept that.
And then just accept it.
Embrace it.
Okay.
What is normal? Start again. Just start again.
Start again.
I'm just going to stop talking.
Okay, so today I'm here with another friend of mine, Elise, for the second Aspie interview for 2018. And to introduce Elise, Elise is a hyperactive, productive, soccer playing, personal training,
autism enthusiast.
Autism enthusiast. There we go.
Who happens to be on the spectrum.
Who happens to finish my sentences when I can't.
Who happens to always interrupt.
And always interrupts.
Yeah.
Correct. Fortunately, she'll be doing most of the talking, so that won't be too much of a problem. So, Elise, what do you like about being on the spectrum?
What I like about being on the spectrum is being stimulated. I think some people go to external factors to get that high, but I get it naturally from sensory and all that sort of stuff. I feel things a lot more intensely, and if I smell something, say for example coffee, my reaction to that is to be impulsive or to say something maybe inappropriate or something like that. And also sound, so if I hear something without me realizing and being okay, this is my reaction, this is what's happening, instead I'm really like
So you like being hyper stimulated
around
by
the
things?
Well,
sometimes.
So most of the time I've spent like maybe the majority of my life feeling embarrassed about that and trying to stop it, but I couldn't stop it. And since embracing it, the opposite has happened, where I'm more in control. So I'm not trying to stop it as much. So then my anxiety is less and I'm more in control.
Okay.
Whereas, so I do like it when I'm around people who accept me, or when I'm just feeling a bit depressed or whatever. I like to get stimulated. I don't like it when it's too much or when I feel people are judging me. Yeah.
Okay. So it's like you get easily hyped up by everything.
Everything.
Awesome.
And yet I can hold a job. Who would know?
So that I can see how that might make it difficult to do things like hold a job and things like that. But
yeah, well, when I was in a position where I had to, it wasn't, I guess, embraced, I was very, very drained, and it just took so much out of me, and it almost felt impossible. I got there, but I wasn't happy. But then when I found a role that needed, so say for example mentoring, that needed someone to get onto the kids level, or to be motivated, or to be like self-accepting and that sort of stuff, I think I could bring a lot more fun to the role, where if I wasn't the way I am.
Yeah, so you can use that energy.
Yeah.
So if you find a role, you can use that energy.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So what's something that you wish the world knew about you or about autism?
So I like that I am predictable. I'm impulsive, but at the same time I'm predictable. So I know that I'm gonna come in really anxious. I'm gonna, if I'm not really comfortable in the situation, I'm gonna go super impulsive, which I guess could be unpredictable, but for me it's predictable. And then I'm gonna crash. And so I'm gonna come in and go and then I'm gonna crash, and yeah. So
and then
that
what
itself is predictable. Well, actually, I fully withdraw, but then I come in and I'm actually quite okay.
Okay.
And I'm quite able, but I have to fully withdraw. If I'm still trying to interact in that crash, I'm in that withdrawal period.
So to come back, you need to properly withdraw.
Yeah.
Recharge and stuff.
I need to have an invitation to come in, as in I feel comfortable with the group, that I haven't offended anyone, or people aren't judging me. So the anxiety needs to be relieved, but I need to fully, because it takes a lot out of me, the whole.
Okay, so there's quite a lot of self-awareness there, knowing how you will react and what your triggers are and what you need and all that kind of stuff. How did you develop that self-awareness?
it wasn't the right way, but I learnt it through getting into trouble. It's like, why do I always like do this? And I go into, say for example, a classroom, and with the mindset of I'm not going to get in trouble this time, and then like sure enough, like I walk in and I've done something, like say for example the science room, I've smelt something on the Bunsen burner and I've yelled like, fire, and then Elise out. So yeah, I think realizing by getting into trouble, it was pointed out to me, and yeah, I guess that makes it's good now because friends like that about me. They know how I am, and it means that I don't make any fake friends, because they either it's I'm quite odd, so they either accept me or they don't.
So that's a perk of being
It
on
is
the
a
autism
perk,
spectrum.
yeah.
No fake friends.
No fake friends. Hard to find the friends in the first place, but no fake friends.
And when did you find out you were on the spectrum?
I found out I was on the spectrum when I was about 12. Mum held on to it for a bit, I think just to work out what exactly it was. And she read me a book, All Cats Have Aspergers, and I knew for a long time, like I knew my whole life basically that there was something different about me. I confessed to her that I was an alien at one stage. Yeah. And yeah, I actually didn't really process it till years later, because I very quickly, I knew that there were things that I was struggling with, but as soon as I found the link of autism means that this is why I'm getting bullied, this is why I'm struggling with friends, this is why I try so hard, it became very easy for me to not like being on the spectrum. And so I called it a code word tree. So whenever Mum had to talk to teachers about it, or my counsellors, she had to refer to it as tree, because otherwise I'd be in meltdown. I was really, really ashamed of it, because I just wanted desperately to be normal, I guess. And then I met people on the spectrum who were okay with being on the spectrum, and it was like, okay. And then there were people who were all different, so it wasn't I was being put into one category. Everyone was their own person, completely different, with different interests, different hyperfocuses and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I was still myself, but we all had this similarity and I found somewhere that I belonged. And I think that was massive for me, and that actually helped me then accept myself, but also accept myself in an environment with people that didn't have autism, because I knew that there was a place where I belonged and that I could be accepted, and it doesn't just need to be by people on the spectrum, I later learned.
So initially you associated all of the negative stuff, all the issues you were struggling with, and you associated them with the word autism.
Autism, yeah.
And it was only by meeting other people on the spectrum that you could slowly start to see the strengths in it as well.
Exactly. And it wasn't only that, I think it was just really negative, so that if Mum told me, you're good at this because of your autism, your hyper-focus means that you, with your autism, means that you spend lots of time with your soccer, even though I was really uncoordinated, I spent heaps of time practicing and I became good at it. Then I was like, who am I without autism? If I'm bad at this because of autism, and I'm good at this because of autism, like I just had it was a big self-discovery chapter. But finding people on the spectrum who were completely different to me, yet I still belonged with them, was massive in me accepting autism. And now I embrace it. Now I really, I wouldn't wish to ever not have autism. Like I've come to the point where, like, I'm 20 years old. Most of the significant challenges with autism I've learnt in terms of the social stuff, and I've also learnt how I react to certain things to put self-help things in place. And so autism is now more of an advantage to me, because it comes with heaps of other perks than to a disadvantage.
So what are some of the stereotypes that you tend to smash into little pieces?
I like sport. I'm a girl, so that's I'm actually, I don't know if it would be a stereotype. Yeah, it's a stereotype, but I think it's an uneducated stereotype where I am social, but I'm an introvert. So I want to be around people. I can only do it in small doses, but I still go away feeling really drained.
So what can people do to help you be more social?
preparation is massive. So if I know where we're going, I can research it, or if I know what's going to happen. Things like if food's involved, and I need to know like what type of food. For other people, it might not be something important, but for me, I need to prepare the smells.
Okay.
So whether or not I eat it or not is completely up to me. That's not going to affect me. I'll bring my own food if I don't like something, but to walk into a, say for example, a house or a party and prepare myself for the smells, it means that I'm not going to get as hyperactive, so I'm gonna spend more time before the crash.
Okay.
Accepting me, and yeah, I think I kind of fall into the habit of apologizing in advance. So okay, but as long as you know if I come, I'm gonna, and then they remind me, Elise, you're always like that. We like that about you. So that's almost like we're inviting you, like you're the life of the party. And it's like, hang on, okay, maybe I can go. And even if worst case scenario, I am a big idiot, then I've also succeeded. Okay, I might go.
So something that most people don't think of about being on the spectrum is, sports. And I know for myself, sport really helped because there were rules and you could just follow the rules, and you know what kind of communication you're supposed to have with each other. What kind of role has sport played in your life?
Massive. I was always attracted to sport. I was not naturally gifted at it. Like Mum would be cheering for me, and then I'd be like, yeah, passing the ball, I'd run up, and I'll be like, yes, I'm gonna get this, and then I kick it, and I look how far it goes, and then I've missed the ball completely. But sport's been massive for me. I think when I moved to a school, one of the schools that were accepting of it, it gave me a role where I brought the soccer ball, people came to play with my soccer ball, and in terms of communication, it was, yes, I'm open, or I'm on your right. And I felt really included, and I didn't need to talk about with people and find out how their day's been, because I wasn't necessarily interested in that, but I still felt, it really included. It also gave me a sense of success. So when I wasn't succeeding at all socially, I was succeeding on the sports field or something like that, so I wasn't alone. And it was really the push that I needed. I think matching my obsession or special interest with the thing that I really, really wanted to avoid, which was social interaction. The only thing that was going to convince me to give this social interaction a go was the sport, and it happened without me realizing it.
So speaking of special interest,
Yep.
Quick plug for me. I've just started an online business teaching emotional intelligence, which is my special interest, and I believe you also have started your own business with...
Yes. It's called Active Support. It's personal training people on the spectrum mainly. So I'm kind of trying to replicate what I needed and what I found the hard way. So I found sport to help me socially, but I'm trying to create a platform where it is, for that. So it might just be, it doesn't need to be someone who's a massive sport fanatic, but it could just be someone you need to go and play basketball with. I find table tennis is the best stimming. It's just I can do it for hours. So it's just having a mentor who has knowledge about sports, so they can improve the person's abilities, but also has a real great understanding of the spectrum. So, yeah.
Yes, and I thought that would be really good to mention, because I know employment is a big issue for a lot of people on the spectrum, and so it's really good to celebrate when someone is using their special talents in a really key area, especially to help others on the spectrum to learn the things that you've already learned. So I will put a link. Hopefully you've got a website or something that I can link to in the description underneath, and maybe we'll leave it there for today.
Cool.
So yeah. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you've liked this interview, and I'll be doing more throughout the year. So
I feel the need to salute.
salute.
I gotta get it out, the urge.
Okay, great.
Sorry.
Are we good?
You can cut that bit out.
Okay, perfect.
I had to do it.
That's okay. See you later. I won't cut it out.
Oh no.
If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe for weekly content just like this one. If you'd like to get even more involved, you can join the discussion on social media or support me by becoming a patron. Finally, I value your time, and you'll notice all my videos are ad-free, so please help me to cover what you want to hear by leaving me a comment and telling me what you think. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you another time.